We're all set for 3 rounds in the MMA Xplosion flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 1 win with no losses. Standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, he weighed in at 128 pounds. Fighting out of Filipino MMA, Gor Mnatsakanyan! And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a Muay Thai fighter, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 128 pounds. Fighting out of Striking Unlimited, he makes his professional mixed martial arts debut tonight. Here is Maurice the Beast Centers! When this fight begins, your referee in charge is Steve Mazzagatti.
We are looking at 3 5-minute rounds between these two fighters. Gor Mnatsakanyan, I'm going to get that right eventually, he's wearing the red trunks this evening, and Maurice Centers is in the gray and the black.
Yeah, Maurice Centers, as well as his MMA record, has a 5-3 Thai boxing record as well as an amateur. So I think he's definitely going to want to try to strike from the outside and stay away from that great grappling of Mnatsakanyan.
And Steve Mazzagatti looking dapper as always, officiating this bout.
Round number 1, here we go. First fight of the evening at MMA Xplosion. Nice inside leg kick there from Centers. Start things off. Gor with a nice body shot. Curious how cautious Maurice is going to be of the takedown of Gor.
Yeah, I think as long as he can keep those kicks low, he can snap those off and still keep good balance. If he starts throwing high kicks, I think Gor will definitely charge in. Well, Gor with his own high kick. Mnatsakanyan, I think, would probably like to close the distance a little bit, move into the clinch. Not necessarily the type of grappler that's going to shoot in on you from distance. Really wants to close it up and get tight.
Gor does look like he has a reach advantage. Oh, with a trip there, gets Maurice Centers to the ground.
Mnatsakanyan wary of the up kicks as he's going to try to slide around.
Mnatsakanyan in the red trunks. Maurice Centers on his back right now in the gray and the black.
And Mnatsakanyan's circling around, but he's not controlling the leg, so it's going to be difficult for him to pass guard. And there you go, Centers pops right back up with the space.
Yeah, he was peppering those thighs. Nice throw there and looking to pass. Up, going for his neck.
Tried for the guillotine. Needs to try to keep this top position.
Maurice doing a good job in the scrambles there. Yeah, just peppering those thighs.
Yeah, you'd like to see him control the legs a little bit more. He is getting a little bit of damage, but it's kind of in an in-between range. Again, he lets Maurice Centers back and tries to fire off a huge shot.
Gor seems content to strike.
Yeah, and Gor seems patient right here. And something of note, you know, Gor does have 1 professional fight. Maurice, this is his debut tonight as a pro. Looking for a win tonight, but he's got to be careful that he paces himself as well. Not necessarily saying that he's not doing that, but as an amateur, you're normally fighting 3 2-minute rounds. You know, there's a full almost 3 minutes left in this first round of this fight tonight. 3 5-minute rounds is what we're looking at for professionals here at MMA Xplosion. That's the standard, but it's a big change from fighting 6 minutes total. Nice trip. Mnatsakanyan ends up on top.
Yeah, excellent point, Dave. As he rolls back for the ankle.
That looks pretty deep.
Cranking it.
Gor is putting a lot into that.
A lot of pressure there.
Maurice doesn't appear to be in a terrible amount of pain at this moment. Seems to be rolling with it pretty well. And he gets out of it.
And he gets into a half guard.
That's the problem with both those legs. If you don't finish it off, you usually wind up giving up position. And Centers is going to set up on top with a little more than 2 minutes left.
Mnatsakanyan fighting off his back right now. See how comfortable he is fighting from that position. I imagine with what we've seen of his top game and his previous fight with that first round victory that he's going to be pretty comfortable off of his back.
Again, this is Maurice Centers' first time in a 5-minute round in a fight. So we'll see what he does here as he falls into an armbar.
Gets right out of it.
Nice show of strength there from Maurice Centers. Just muscled right through it.
Yeah, remained very alert, very aware of the move that was coming and pulled right out of it. Center staying in tight right now. Definitely doesn't want to give up that arm again.
About 90 seconds left in the opening round. Maurice Centers, Gor Mnatsakanyan. First fight of the evening here at the joint at the Hard Rock for MMA Xplosion.
Well, Sinner's more of a stand-up fighter. We know about the tie skills that he does have, but he's remaining patient there. And he's falling into another armbar. Quick hips by Mnatsakanyan.
Trying to power out again, but and he does.
And Centers is going to be content to let Gor back to his feet.
Good decision. You weren't really getting too much ground and pound, not much offense while you were on the ground. You fell into a couple of arm bars. Why not bring it back to your world?
I'd like to see Centers get a little bit more aggressive on his feet, though. Right now, it seems like he's still in the feeling out process.
I think Centers may be tired. He's breathing very hard, and those last few punches really had nothing on him at all.
I agree. No zip whatsoever.
I mean, pulling out of those arm bars expended a lot of energy.
No, this is your preferred area right here. Now that you're in it, you've got to take advantage of it. And Mnatsakanyan answers back with everything the Centers throws.
20 seconds left in the first round.
Nice combination of Mnatsakanyan. Centers at least needs a flurry at the end. Try to steal something. He walks into a side kick. Very lazy low kick from there with Centers at the end. I think he's absolutely tired right now.
I'd like to see Maurice Centers start to put together some combinations. Even early on in that round when he had a lot of spring in his step and a lot of pop to his punches and kicks, he still would normally only throw one or maybe two strikes at a time. Let's take a look here at some of the action from round number one. Mnatsakanyan there in the red trunks with this nice trip, puts Maurice Centers on his back.
And that's why Centers has got to stay at distance if he wants to change the course of this fight. If he gets into the clinch with Mnatsakanyan, he's susceptible to the tosses, to the throws, and then he winds up in these submission attempts. He did well to escape 3 submission attempts, but still found himself in trouble quite a few times.
Mnatsakanyan trying multiple submissions as well. Very, very experienced on the ground, even though his record is only 1-0 as a professional. Really stood out as a strong grappler in his amateur career, and we're seeing that his level of play, when it does go to the ground, it's really there. He's looking and hunting, and like you said earlier, John, he's got very quick hips, so very impressive fighter on the ground. Round number 2, Gor Mnatsakanyan wearing the red trunks. Maurice